Welcome to BIMUN TV. I'm Anna Sárosi, and today I'm going to interview the heads of housing. To start off, I would like to begin with a simple question. Could you please introduce yourself and explain what led you to become the heads of housing at BIMUN?
Yeah, hi, I'm David Turry, and I chose to be the head of housing because last year I saw the open positions, and I always wanted to be the part of BIMUN. So I applied for the one I preferred or liked the most, that fitted my personality, and I ended up here. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Zoe Zulka, and this is my second year as head of housing. What led me to this role started 2 years ago when I hosted a delegate, and it was a wonderful experience, and I wanted to ensure that everyone can have this opportunity.
Hi, I'm Esther Varga, and in my case, the goal was to be part of BIMUN. So originally, I just wanted to be a BIMUN organizer, and then I came across this position, which I think fitted me the best because it acquires skills I think I have already or skills I want to have in the future. So I think this was the best one for me, and also I think it's crucial in the BIMUN because it gives the delegates a really good overall experience if your host is good, and I wanted to ensure that to everyone.
And what exactly does the head of housing role involve? What are your main responsibilities before and during the conference?
I think our tasks differ from each other in many ways. I would say that there are two main sections which are really different. So one is precisely the conference, and it's mainly like administration, collecting information about each delegate and trying to find the best pairs so everyone have a wheel of time during BIMUN. And then the second part is more about like how to treat different like unexpected situations which came up during the conference and try to solve unexpected and sudden situations. And I think this is the two main part of our tasks.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that you completely said everything. Sorry. Yeah.
So, what's the biggest challenge when organizing accommodation for participants?
I'd say it's when some sudden problem comes up, like if we done something wrong, or doesn't even have to include us, but something went wrong with the delegates at the housing. Of course, it can come up that we have to move some, and that's really uncomfortable for everyone included in the process, but it's necessary, and that's the hardest part, I'd say. But I'm sure that in this conference we'll have everything in order. I hope so.
And how do you make sure everyone is placed properly and safely?
We primarily match based on gender and age, but we also try to match based on their personalities and interests, so everyone can have the ideal host.
Yeah.
And what do you think, how much does housing actually influence a delegate's overall BIMUN experience?
In my opinion, a lot, of course, because I think when it comes to where you live during the conference or who do you spend it with, it matters a lot for your overall experience. And I think that's our main goal. So we basically just want to make sure that everyone gets on well with their host and the provided accommodation and everything meets their expectations, because in this way they can concentrate on their like real task. And I think this is really important. And also BIMUN is not just about being like perfect all the time, but also having fun. And I think spending time with people you like and meeting international friends. So I think that's why it's also really important.
And what are the most common and typical challenges you face in organizing housing, and how do you prepare for them?
Oh, That's a great question. I'd say the typical problems aren't really problems, just heads ups, or we have to, of course, coordinate all the hosts during the conference. Before that, we don't really have problems, I think, because it's mainly a prep time and we have deadlines to finish, but that's more easily doable. During the conference, it's just the organizing, the controlling of hosts and informing them every day. That's what we mainly do.
Have you ever had any unexpected situations or problems with housing, and how did you solve them?
Yes, we had. For instance, last year we had to change a host for a delegate due to minor issues, but we solved it quickly by trying to find a backup host and personally assisting the change.
How big is your team and how do you work together?
Our team consists of 3 people. My main focus this year is trying to train Esti and David, as I won't be here next year because this is my senior year.
Yeah, of course, for us, it's mainly getting into the job and knowing everything. So next year we can manage everything accordingly.
What skills does someone needs to have to be part of the housing team?
Before the conference, I'd say you have to have general forming skills and pairing skills, as you have to pair the delegates with their hosts. And during the conference, you have to generally show the way to the delegates and the hosts and just control them.
And what has been your most memorable experience in this role?
I have actually 2 different answers for this, because the first is, I know it's a bit cliché, but of course our main goal is to ensure that everyone is happy with their roommates, everyone gets on well, and the provided accommodation and everything meets their standards and they are satisfied with it. And if we get the feedback that everything is okay, we are happy, that's what gives us, I think, the most joy, because we feel that we succeeded. And the other thing is, of course, the team and the other organizers, a company. So that we can spend time together. There is, for example, a weekend when we go to a thing called BIMUN camp, and I think that's also really enjoyable to just be around other people who have the same interest as you.
And what's the most stressful part of your job?
The most stressful part, it's this interview. No, for real. I'd say it's when you have to solve a big problem. As I said before, if we don't come around or face big problems, then I think it's more chill for us, because heads of housing is mainly prep time. But yeah, that's the biggest problem.
And what advice would you give to future BIMUN organizers?
My advice would be to dive into this experience without hesitation. You'll become part of an amazing team, and you'll gain many experiences.
And last but not least, if you had to sum up housing in 1 sentence, what would it be?
I said it before, but I say it now. It's prepping and controlling. So if you're the kind of person who likes to have a lot of, like I said, prep time for your job, it's really that's not the sentence, that was the first one, but it would be a long sentence. But if you want to be head of housing, you have to have general skills, but see the overall view of the conference.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.